One of the most unexpected things that might be holding you back from reaching your full potential is gratitude. Yep, the very thing that self-help books and Instagram quotes swear by. You ever notice how some life advice gets passed down like a sacred family recipe, wrapped in nostalgia, served with confidence, but never actually questioned? Drink 8 glasses of water a day. Okay, but what if I'm not thirsty? Follow your passion. Cool, but what if my passion is watching brain rot on TikTok? Always be grateful. Now, that last one sounds great. But what if I told you that gratitude, yes, the thing we've been told will make us happier, might actually be the very thing holding you back? Sounds strange, doesn't it? But is it worth questioning? Absolutely. We are constantly told to be grateful for everything that we have, that it will make us happier, more content. But what if gratitude, instead of being a ladder to success, is actually a set of golden handcuffs? It feels good, it looks good, but it keeps you in the same place. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Gratitude, when overdone, doesn't propel you forward. It wraps you around like a warm, cozy blanket on a winter morning. It makes you comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Gratitude, when overdone, becomes a prison cell. But don't worry, if you stick around by the end of this video, you'll understand why gratitude might just be your most sophisticated form of self-sabotage. Let's talk about a tale as old as time, the fisherman and the genie. A poor fisherman stumbles upon a bottle. He opens it and out comes a powerful genie, trapped for centuries. Showing gratitude for his release, the genie offers him 3 wishes. Sounds fair, right? But let's think about this. Before opening the bottle, the fisherman held power. The genie's fate was in his hands. But by offering wishes, the genie does something subtle. He reclaims control. He turns his gratitude into a transaction, a structured, limited reward, just enough to acknowledge the favor, but not enough to shift the balance of power. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche offers a very nuanced take on the role of gratitude. This quote from his book Human, All Too Human encapsulates his thoughts on it. The reason why the powerful man is grateful is this: his benefactor, through the benefit he confers, has mistaken and intruded into the sphere of the powerful man. Now the latter, in return, penetrates into the sphere of the benefactor by the act of gratitude. It is a milder form of revenge. When someone does a favor for the powerful, they momentarily level the playing field. Suddenly, the king owes the servant, the CEO owes the intern, the genie owes the fisherman. Awkward, right? So what happens next? The powerful say thank you, but not just as a nicety. It's a reset button, a way to gracefully reclaim control without looking like a jerk. And that's Nietzsche's point. Gratitude, when wrapped in hierarchy, isn't just kindness. It's a well-mannered way of reminding you who's really in charge. We're often told to count our blessings, but sometimes all that counting just keeps you busy without changing anything. If gratitude is your only practice, it can neuter your ambition and keep you stuck in a comfortable but stagnant loop. On the other hand, discontentment is misunderstood. It's demonized as greed, entitlement, or ingratitude, when in reality it is the catalyst for progress. Every major leap in human civilization, whether it was the invention of the wheel, the internet, AI, or even your favorite social media app, came from someone looking at the status quo and saying, "This is not working, we need something better." Discontentment is what makes us push boundaries, challenge norms, and create something better. Let's break this down. Gratitude says, be happy with what you have. Discontentment says, this isn't enough, and that's okay. It's not about mindless dissatisfaction, it's about recognizing gaps and having the drive to fill them. When channeled correctly, discontentment fuels some of the most meaningful changes in our lives and in the world. Remember that gut wrenching scene in The Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith's character is curled up in a subway bathroom holding his son using one foot to keep the door shut against the world? Do you think he got out of that situation by just sitting there, whispering to himself, well, at least I have a door to lean on? No. He didn't climb out of homelessness by closing his eyes and counting his blessings. He did it by grinding through grueling work hours, outrunning his own exhaustion, and refusing to accept his circumstances as permanent. Discontentment wasn't just his motivation, it was his lifeline. Sometimes gratitude is used as a conversational cop out. You're pouring your heart out about how miserable your job is, how your boss makes a dictator look like a life coach, and how your commute feels like American Ninja Warrior designed by the jigsaw killer from Saw. And then someone, armed with the wisdom of 1,000 self help YouTube shorts, hits you with, well, at least you're not stranded on a deserted island, surviving on coconuts and conversations with a volleyball named Wilson. This isn't about dismissing gratitude entirely. It's about recognizing when it's weaponized to brush things under the carpet or shut down difficult conversations. Sometimes, be grateful is just a polite way of saying, stop talking, I don't want to deal with your problems. Think about it. Have you ever tried venting to someone only to be hit with the dreaded,
well, at least you have a job.
or
At least you're healthy.
it's the conversational equivalent of someone slapping a live, laugh, love sticker over a fire alarm? Sure, gratitude is great, but if you're drowning, you don't need someone to remind you that at least the water is warm. What you need is a lifeboat. Sometimes, what people call gratitude is just avoidance. It's a quick way to wrap up an uncomfortable conversation with an elegant ribbon so they don't have to engage with the messy reality of your struggles. It's the emotional equivalent of typing a 3 paragraph DM confessing all your feelings to your crush, and 3 hours later she hits you with the
Aw, that's so sweet.
gratitude is supposed to enhance life, not silence your concerns. The trick is knowing when it's a tool and when it's just an excuse to ignore real problems. Here's the real kicker. If you're an ambitious person, then gratitude is your biggest enemy. If you're constantly satisfied with where you are, you'll never feel the gut wrenching fire in your belly urge to push for something bigger. It's like trying to start a road trip when you're perfectly happy just lounging on your couch. Think about it. If every great innovator, artist, or entrepreneur had just sat around counting their blessings, we'd have no light bulbs, no airplanes, no internet, and definitely no late night existential spiral about whether AI is going to take over your job. The truth is, the people who achieve the most don't spend their mornings reciting gratitude affirmations. They wake up with a set of goals that could terrify a mere mortal. Real satisfaction comes not from passively appreciating what you have, but from the deep seated knowledge that your efforts are leading somewhere. It's the kind of contentment that doesn't come from sitting still. It comes from movement, from progress, from knowing that you're building something greater than your current circumstances. Terence Fletcher didn't create world class musicians in Whiplash by telling them to be grateful for their talent. He pushed them to their breaking point. Imagine if he had told Andrew, hey kid, just be thankful you can play the drums at all. No obsession, no drive, no bloodied hands on the drum kit. Just a dude tapping lightly on a snare, content with mediocrity and bad tempo. You've heard it 1,000 times by now. Be grateful. We've had it so much harder than you. Ah, yes, the legendary struggles of our parents. Apparently, they walked uphill both ways to school, in blizzards with no shoes, while dodging wolves, escaping avalanches, carrying their siblings on their back, delivering newspapers on the way, slaying dragons, and maybe even negotiating a peace treaty with invading troops of barbarians, all before breakfast. Meanwhile, we are over here battling Wi Fi outages, existential dread, and the slow death of the job market. Sure, they had their struggles in the past and they were by no means trivial. But try surviving modern life where your self worth is dictated by how many strangers liked your post. Your career is supposed to take off at 19, according to some 16-year-old influencer who made $1 million drop shipping cat pajamas, and
Hustle culture.
that insists that you can sleep when you're dead. Where's the gratitude from parents for being spared from the unique struggles their children face? Or is gratitude a one way street? Imagine telling a kid, hey, be grateful, you're not living in medieval Europe through the Dark Ages. No plagues, no wars. Meanwhile, the kid's just staring at their phone and thinking, yeah, but I got 7,800 Slack pings, 3 deadlines, 5 different side hustles, and a crippling existential crisis. At this point, plagues and wars are starting to sound like a better alternative to getting ghosted on Tinder. Now, this is the part of the video where you'd expect me to get all preachy and explain how you can still practice gratitude without descending into complacency. Well, yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But the key is in recognizing how you practice gratitude. The secret is in cultivating gratitude in a way that fuels growth rather than stalling it. Gratitude should be the accelerator, not the brakes. The danger isn't in being thankful, it's in mistaking contentment for completion. Here are 3 ways in which you can use gratitude to propel yourself forward in life without remaining stagnant. We often tie gratitude to success. I'm grateful I got the promotion. I'm grateful my project was a hit. But what about the effort that got you there? Would you still be grateful if the outcome wasn't what you hoped for? True growth happens when you can appreciate the process, not just the payoff. Be thankful for the discipline you cultivated, the resilience you built, the lessons you learned along the way, because these are what will take you further. Are you only grateful when things go well, or do you see value in the struggles too? It's easy to turn gratitude into an excuse to stay where you are. You might think, I should just be grateful for what I have. Wanting more is selfish. But there's a difference between greed and ambition. Gratitude should not become a shield against discomfort or a justification for stagnation. Gratitude doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you acknowledge the foundation you're standing on while still aiming higher. It means you appreciate the people who helped you get here, but you don't let that gratitude guilt trip you into staying small. Is your gratitude keeping you grounded, or is it keeping you stuck? Think of gratitude like a save point in a video game. You pause, acknowledge how far you've come, and appreciate your progress. But you don't quit the game. You still have levels to beat, challenges to fight, and a final boss waiting for you. Many people treat gratitude like the end goal. I'm happy now, so I guess I should just stop wanting more. But life isn't a single milestone. It's a journey with countless checkpoints. Rest, reflect, be thankful, but don't settle. Ask yourself, am I using gratitude as a launch pad or a lawn chair? Gratitude is honestly great and can help you appreciate the life you have, but it's not the end goal. You can be grateful and still be hungry for more. You can appreciate the present without abandoning the future. So, take your gratitude and use it as fuel, because life isn't waiting for you to say thank you before it moves on. And if your gratitude isn't pushing you forward, then congratulations, you've just unlocked spiritual buffering. You can always enjoy the loading screen of life. If this video made you rethink gratitude, or at least laugh through your existential crisis, Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment if you've ever been told to just be grateful when you were clearly struggling. And if you want more deep dives into the strange ways we think and live, stick around. There's plenty more where this came from. Thanks for watching. Or should I say, much gratitude.